just saw Robert Scoble's message that was dated January 31st here, edited, and where he says he's basically just going to go into what he calls white space and not post for a while, and then he basically refers to going to AA and trying to see if he can get through life without drugs or alcohol. And Robert has always been nice to me, always a friend. We were never buddy per se, but no, it was, he's just a guy who every time I'd see him at an event, we would always end up hanging out and cocktailing and everything, and he never struck me as a person who was who had that kind of problem. But all that aside, I say all what I just said this to point to this, because this is how I prefer to see Robert, just like this. See that? Happy. That says it all. That was a dinner that we had Sunday at the Consumer Electronics Show. That was January 5th. It was a lot of fun. There I am. And the one sad part about this photo is that I haven't seen any of these folks again. I remember I ran into her right here when I was headed out of the Cosmopolitan. She was with a guy friend. They were talking, but they were a little standoffish. Not that I was headed back to the hotel. I was exhausted, but it was more kind of, one of those conversations that you have that indicates a desire for distance, even though you have no intention of really asking anybody to do anything with you. It was that kind of conversation, and it was weird, just to be honest with you. That's not the kind of conversation I had with Robert. I'm just being blunt, because over 50 you get that way. When I found out about Robert's situation, it was just now, but when he wrote this, we wrote this other piece over here regarding his white space. I was in Phoenix for the Super Bowl. I wasn't even checking Facebook except to post something, and I didn't post much until later. So, well, at least not for me. But this is how I prefer to see Robert, or in this little video that we did at CES, which I thought was fun because it always, well, when I look at it, it always reminds me of how people who are in tech are fun too, particularly Robert. Where is it? And it should pop up here. There it is. Robert Scoble's Facebook. I've got a lot of Robert Scoble interviews over the years, but this one was a particular favorite of mine. So if I can skip the advertisement for a second.
I told myself for so long that I needed to quit smoking.
And move forward. There.
Folks, look at this crazy hat he's got.
Isn't this cool? This is cool. If you speak, you will get the light, right?
That's crazy.
It's fun. $35 at Bally's in the back. There's a little store, and they sell all sorts of crap like this with a little battery and a little light.
All right, so I'll put your Arduino in there, and every time you get a real light, the light up.
I like that idea, but that doesn't cost $35.
For you, who cares?
I'm so sad. I got a little Arduino robot kit, and it didn't come with the actual brain, the actual.
That's hilarious.
It came with the window, the wheels.
That's hilarious. I gotta tell you. Oh, by the way, we have to.
This is what we come to CES for.
He means arrive,
No,
not
it's
come sexually orgasmically. He means arrive. Should be event. Okay, so yeah. It's a cool.
Dude, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly.
Stay on game here.
Oh, really? They hired me to. I wrote a sponsor post on my blog for their.
Well, anyway, in closing, Robert, I applaud your courage to just go out there and spill your guts, and my prayers to you. You've always been a positive force in my life whenever I had the chance to see you. Except you didn't invite me to your 50th birthday. I would have been there, man, if I had known, but that's beside the point. Happy birthday belatedly. But, wow. You know, whatever is going on, I know that you're going to be strong enough to come through it. We've got a great family, great wife. So just keep on pushing with personal development. And don't be afraid to think the best about yourself. You're a great person.